Okay, greetings everyone, this is First in 2753 with the next episode of Geopolitical Simulator 4 Power and Revolution, and I believe in this episode we are going to see a space launch, which will be the second space launch of the series. There's been some suggestions on the channel that I increase space funding. YouTuber Banished said the easiest way to improve relations with other states in the current version of the game, he finds, is a joint space operation. And we've definitely been doing that. I have a number of space operations going on here. We've got, ours are in blue. What is that? European Space Agency. I thought there was a code for these. Program success. Oh, that's something that was successful. Program success. I don't remember what the code is here. Ours are in blue, I know that. So we've got human spaceflight program, living in space. The mission here is send the astronaut into space for a short stay in orbit. That is, for the most part, just that's us. With Russia, a lot of support from Russia. 753 million. That's about half of it financed from another partner. That's not till 2024. There's also one to the moon. This one failed, and Minister of Industry Ari Holyfield is suggesting that we increase money towards the space program as well. And he thinks we should do a moon base, which is something that is definitely possible soon. Let's see. There's also this program, which is just us right now. We could maybe try to get other people in on it, maybe. There's a good amount of interest in this. This is a space probe to Mars with an exploration robot. Construction and launch of a probe that will land on a celestial body in the solar system. The probe will carry a rover, a small exploratory robot that will analyze the environment beyond landing, beyond its landing site, and return images. Okay. And there should be another one here. Earth. That's the moon. That is. Ooh, look at that. That's pretty cool. Wow. Oh, okay. I thought you could zoom in on like a space module or something like that. Huh. Artificial satellite. I guess that's our artificial satellite, right? We have, I think, at least one. Interesting. And there's a space station. There's the space station. Ah. Alright, so there's a lot of space out here. What is that? Asteroids and comets. Solar orbiter. A lot of different programs out there. There are some of the Galilean moons, I think, here. Titan. Neptune. Pluto. Huh. A lot of options for space. Nothing outside the solar system. No interstellar missions. Like, what is that one? Breakthrough Starshot or something like that that they're trying to initiate now, where they're going to send something small, micro chips or something like that. I don't know what it is. They're sending something to Alpha Centauri system. That's like really small, but they're gonna use solar winds or something, or lasers to push it. I don't know. Breakthrough Starshot's what it's called. And I don't know if it's Elon Musk or a couple other people that are interested. All right. So, anyways, as far as what's going on with buildings here, launchpad. We have one launchpad. Discoveries program. Oh, and then there's the other program that's going on next, which within a month, I think. There it is, subcontinental. This is one that we started. This is just a rocket launch, really. A light rocket, less than 2 tons in low orbit. Construction and launch of a rocket allowing us to put a payload of less than 2 tons in low orbit. Now, I don't know if this like improves our program overall, having these missions, where the statistics would be on like, does it help, you know, improve our rocket propulsion or technology or anything? I don't know. It would be cool if it did, but I don't know if it does. But funding definitely does. So we're going to increase funding here. I probably should wait till the quarter's over. This quarter is about to be over. That's going to go 423 million. It's not a lot of money. We're going to up that. And, oh yeah, back to the, oh, these are different technologies too. I have to look up that. Back to the, program. The date for this one is about 6 days away. So we're going to see that. So let's go ahead and fire through here. Fire through the end of the quarter. And then we'll see what happens in the next quarter. Alright, Saudi Arabia mole approached. We don't need anything there. Space research bumps have helped. No, a lot of comments on the channel. Thank everyone for all the comments. Nice comments on the channel. People are glad that I'm still doing geopolitical simulator games. And I'll probably continue doing these for a while. I mean, this is really what the channel's been mostly about. Aha! There's a nice surplus for you. $23 billion in cash. Cha-ching! And we should have a space launch. Now. Today. China. Feed it. Feed it. Public finance. Oh, what's going on here? Confidential information about Egypt funding the Italian mafia. Countdown has started in Century Spatial Guianas. I don't know what that is. I invite you to come and watch the launch. Yes, let's go do it. Aha! Here it is. Very cool. Very cool. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. That is cool. This is the coolest thing that Geopolitical Simulator has done up to date. Oh wow! What is all these announcements going on? Launch. We gotta just get this thing into orbit, I guess. Keep going. I'd like to play a space game. I do have Kerbal Space Program. That's something I might get into. Ooh, achievement ignition. What is this? Yes. Complete success. Yes.
The mission was completed last evening, giving rise to a festive atmosphere in the control room. It must be said that the scientific team had every reason to be overjoyed at the complete success of their space program. The program director praised policymakers for having taken the initiative for this long-term scientific endeavor and for having secured sufficient means to guarantee its success. He called it a great success for our nation.
Excellent. Very excellent. A great success for the nation. What the heck? I don't want to worry about that. Funeral appearance. Forgot somebody died.
The theory that says
We'll meet with the Iranians. Do I need to meet with the Iranians? Mission is running its course according to established schedule. No incident reported. We have a success. Where is the... Does it show up now on the list as a success? Where is it? There it is. Okay. Yep. Success. Excellent. Program success. 1021. What does that do? One program failure to the moon. Mars. Human space program. that's 24. All right, so I'm gonna put it out to people. We'll definitely do another shot at the moon, because there's a Patreon request there by Ari Holyfield, Minister of Industry. So I will definitely do a space program to the moon. Right there, there's the moon. We're gonna do a program here. But in addition to the moon, I want to do another space program. What do you guys think? What are the options that you want to see? Let's look at space program launch. Objectives could be Earth, space station, International Space Station. Ooh, does that mean that we build our own space station? What does that mean? Sending astronauts to a space station orbit, staying for a few weeks, during which time it says living on space station long term. Living on space station. That's interesting. Earth, we've got a satellite mission, space telescope. Ooh, I wonder if that's something we might want to get going here. Living in space, space habitation module, construction of a space station. Maybe we can build our own space station. Medium to heavy rockets would probably be next on the list, because we did light rockets, I guess. So I'm probably going to do that one next. What is required for a moon base, I'm wondering. Where is the moon? There's the moon. Medium to heavy rockets, low orbit. Technology. So we should probably try to do this. Operating a satellite, space probe, technology and programs required. So it seems like we have the technology, but I would like to go ahead and do a couple of these. Orbital probe, space probe with landing, space probe with exploration robot, probe with return of samples to Earth, probe with exploratory robot and return of samples, manned orbit, walking on the moon. The band permanent moon base. Aha. Oh, here we go. Interesting. So we need to have space probe with explorer robot ×2, space habitation module, and super heavy rockets. Interesting. This is fascinating, and it's going to take me some time. I'm going to have to take some time to figure this out. So I don't think I'm going to initiate anything this episode, but I'm going to sit back and figure out a strategy to get to the moon, I guess. A permanent moon base, as proposed by our Minister of Industry, Ari Holyfield, Patreon, loyal Patreon to the channel. Let's see. Description of this is the construction and establishment of a permanent base on the moon. The mission will constitute mankind's first steps towards colonization of the solar system. This will then allow for the possibility of exploiting moon minerals. Ooh! Now I see why the Minister of Industry wants to do this. And opening way for space tourism. Wow, can we get that in this game? Since the trip to the moon only takes a few days. Because of the massive amount of resources necessary, materials and fuel, several preliminary unmanned missions will be required to send supplies to the base. This seems like a fun project, I think. And I think I'm going to be going down this road. Space program. And I think I probably should start one of the programs actually today. Super heavy rockets. Back to Earth. Light rocket. Satellite. Let's try medium to heavy rockets, because I haven't done this yet. Ooh, I need names for programs too. Patrons, you have the priority of naming any program you want. What am I going to name this one? To the moon! Yeah. I don't know if I should name that one To the Moon. I need a name for medium to heavy rockets. I'll leave that out there for now, I guess. So let me know what you think the next mission should be named. Patreons and subscribers. Yeah. Where did we launch from? We launched from South America. Oh, that must be a French site. That's France, right? France doesn't like me either. I can improve relations with the French. Maybe if I can get them into a space program, that will help to improve relations. There are some famines throughout the world. We don't really have famine anymore, I think, in our country. Let's take a look at the numbers. Economics, because we just got a big budget surplus. 131 budget excess, but public debt 432. That is excellent. We're almost done with this public debt, down below 7%. Where is our inflation? Yes, dropping 16%. Growth is at 6.8, which is still pretty good, considering we're now at $6.1 trillion economy. Employment around 4%, which is basically where we want it. That is perfect. Perfect in Schlag. All right, we have a new Minister of Health. Minister of Health, Noah Lay, loyal Patreon supporter, has been promoted to Minister of Health. And there is a suggestion that we up our health care across the board, which I think is going to cost me a little bit of money, actually. What I'm going to do is try to space it out a little bit. I'm going to start with the bottom. Fight against orphan diseases. That's cheap. Fight against genetic diseases. Fight against cancer. Fight against AIDS. Vaccination services. Services for the handicapped. Geriatric departments. Psychiatric departments. This is still pretty cheap. All these things down here low are pretty cheap. We're only at less than $500 million still. Emergency departments. Still very cheap. Maternity, I think, probably puts us over. No, not maternity. Occupational medicine. Modernization of medical equipment. That's not expensive either. Oh wow, that's interesting. Hygiene maintenance establishments. That's a little more expensive. Coverage for maternity leave. That's really expensive. Alright, so... And then these other ones up here are also really expensive. Yep. Reimbursements. Yeah. 9. Eesh. What would it be if I did everything? 25 billion dollars. That's still that's a lot of money. I'm gonna save some of those big ones for the next quarter. And we'll just do this for now. 4.5 billion leaves me another 9 billion to work with, and I will get to those others. Remind me there, Minister of Health, that I need to keep up with that. But we will definitely get those. Hopefully by the end of the year we'll get those numbers back up. Taking a look at population, infant mortality rate has been dropping. Or the child mortality rate, that's been dropping, which is going to lead to there was a huge explosion here of population, but it looks like it's died back down. Fertility rate is pretty much consistent. I don't know why that explosion happened and what's stopping it. We got a lot of political support for those expansion of medical
here is our growth forecast
expenditures. These numbers are all same.
I'm listening carefully. Thank you for your precious support.
And then I think Minister of Industry was suggesting housing, right, Ari? I think so. So how much can we do with dilapidated houses? All the dilapidated houses from the last quarter are improved. Bhutan, I don't need Bhutan because Bhutan is already where we want them. I am thinking here we want 100,000 houses. What about 150,000 houses? Yeah. That looks good. Confirm that. We are continuing to work our way down. A lot of dilapidated houses out there. What does that do to our taxation? We didn't get the recalibration yet. Also, the suggestion was out there that we move our Air Force, I think. Cultural prize. Ooh.
Our national company is a hit. The originality of its work, which we've always supported, is like a symbol of our bold cultural orientation.
Excellent. Alright. So there's a suggestion that I move my Air Force near Sri Lanka. Does that mean you want me to buzz the Sri Lankan airspace? I can do that. We are currently building air bases down here. I'm about 42 days away from that base and 43 days away from that base. So in 2 months' time, month and a half, yes, minstrel target. Month and a half, we should have air bases there, and then I'm going to probably redeploy aircraft next year. I am going to make some more military purchases, which will probably include more aircraft, I think. We also have helicopters. I'm going to redeploy them to these southern bases.
Prospective analysis, coupled with the Brown
Yes,
model on
this is the group I want to approach. Excellent. We're going to give them all the funding we can get. Supporting Puntland. Because they are losing... Oh no, look at all those bases. Wow. They have a lot of bases, but they don't really control any cities anymore. I wanted to intervene in this conflict, but I think the UN voted against it again. The UN is not allowing me to project power throughout my regional Indian Ocean here. Denied in Sri Lanka, denied in Somalia so far. So I have to improve relations with UN Security Council members. Although the last vote, I believe most people voted for me, or most of the permanent members voted for me. I think I can't remember. Can we pull up the? Oh, and there was something I'm supposed to do in the newspapers. I forget. Somebody wanted me to look up something in the newspapers. Whoever that was, post in the comments and remind me. Consult the adoption. Consult. Nope. I can't look at the record of previous resolutions, can I? It would be interesting to look up pending resolutions whenever I have another resolution going through. But I haven't done that yet. Or I'm not there right now. How many forces do they have? I don't know if these numbers are increasing or not. If anyone knows, post. Let me know. Okay. The other big thing I was concerned about was schools. I guess I'll save that for the next quarter. I still haven't figured out the number of school ratios. Dominic Nisbet has said that we should have probably about, what was it, 20 students per teacher? So I do need to bring these numbers down, which probably means I need to start hiring more teachers. And that big population boom right there. This group is going to be going through school. They're going through school now. They're starting school. So I want them to get good education because I want a quality workforce.
The terrorist organization has not...
But I don't know where I would track that statistically. I mean, if you go into education, there are statistics. Number of higher education students, percentage population. Actual number of higher education students. 7 million. Which is going up. About... Oh, okay. The doorbell's here. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.